It is the Mike Show. It's the Tuesday edition, and that brings us Megan Huffman from SHARE Greater Lynchburg and the Greater Lynchburg Community Foundation. Good morning.
Good morning, Mike. How are you today?
I am great. It has been, man, oh man, January. I can't believe we're already halfway through February now.
Wow, yeah.
January was I swear it was the longest year that I've had.
Yes.
Really, really was. But now we're zipping along into February. Tons and tons of things going on within the community. Mm-hmm. Each and every Tuesday, Megan brings us guests, and today is no exception. Who did you bring us?
Yes, I am so delighted to have with me here today Lynn and Laurabella from the Amherst Glebe Arts Response. And the Greater Lynchburg Community Foundation is a sponsor for some of the series of programming that they have going on right now. And we love the fact that they partner so beautifully with so many neighbors in our community, between the local schools, the University of Lynchburg, and also hold events at Second Stage in Amherst. So it's a great example of how nonprofits can work together to make things happen and make amazing programming in our community. So they're here today to talk about an event that occurred on February 10th, 1 and 2 that are coming up on the 17th and the 24th. There's a lot of details, and you can catch all of this in our newsletter that's coming up this Thursday, the SHARE Greater Lynchburg newsletter, and also on our blog at sharegreaterlynchburg.org. If you don't catch all the times and dates and QR codes, we'll have all that for you today.
Absolutely.
So I just wanted to introduce Lynn Kabel from Amherst Glebe Art Response.
Hi, Lynn.
Hi, how are you, Mike?
I'm great. And how are you doing today?
Very well, and thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining us. I understand you guys had some guests from New York.
We did. Cecilia Smith, who was a vibes player, and the guy that she plays with is named Lafayette Harris Jr., and he was the conductor on Bring Into Noise, Bring Into Funk. And
nice.
He's well known as a piano player in New York. And Cecilia and Lafayette had a little trouble getting down here because the trains were doing odd things. So the first thing that happened was that Cecilia's train got hit by a deer. And then unfortunately someone passed away in Washington in the station, and when they went to check tickets, they couldn't take his ticket. So she arrived at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
And Lafayette had an extra rehearsal had put in for his new show that he's got coming up on Broadway. And unfortunately, he couldn't leave until 4 o'clock in the morning and didn't get here until noon on the day of the show. So we want to thank them so much for all the effort they put in to come down here. When Cecilia got down here, she went to Amherst High School, and she did a clinic there, a jazz improvisation clinic.
Okay.
And they lent us some vibes to take to the University of Lynchburg.
Oh, neat.
Wow.
And so we took their vibes, loaded them on a trailer, went down to the University of Lynchburg, and when she got down there, Robert Canada, the vice president in charge of equity and tell me again.
Equity and inclusion.
Equity and inclusion.
Uh-huh.
He interviewed her on a YouTube interview about a lot of work she was doing teaching people with disabilities in New York.
Nice. And
then on Saturday we gave a concert at Sidner Hall.
That's fantastic.
And it was a really wonderful weekend.
That's great. It sounds like a jam-packed weekend, too.
Mm-hmm. They were tired.
No doubt. So you have some other events. We've got a ton of them listed here, and we'll share those up on this broadcast. Folks will be able to find the links right below where folks can learn more, and you can also learn more at sharegreaterlynchburg.org. But what's the next event coming up?
Well, the next event coming up is Laurabella's going to tell you about, and it's called Belladonna, and go ahead.
Hello.
Hi there.
Hi, Mike.
Hi.
Great to be here.
Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having us. So Belladonna is a creation between myself and Donna Kay. I'm Laurabella. Donna Kay, we put our names together. We've been together a little over 2 years, and our program highlights the historic preservation aspects of popular tunes from the 30s and the 40s. So we pay homage to all of that. And we call it Love Me or Leave Me. We're starting out with that tune, which is a Broadway tune, and we have lots of different types of tunes in the program. Donna is our vocalist.
Okay.
I'm the pianist, and we are also excited to be playing with a full ensemble. So we're featuring,
fantastic.
Yeah, we're featuring this great bass player, Bob Bowen, who lives in Charlottesville, and he's about one of the best double bass players in the whole region.
Wow.
He plays all the time at the Homestead and various places, and is the principal bassist for the Lynchburg Symphony Orchestra. So we love playing with Bob Bowen. And Worth Prophet is a fabulous drummer that has been in the area for a long time. He plays often at Second Stage.
Okay.
I think Lynn likes to call him the house drummer.
Well, for one thing, he lives across the street from me in Clifford.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's definitely his home place to play.
Wow, that's fantastic.
He's a lot of fun. So just a bit about the program, or a little more about the program and the tunes we've selected. So it's a variety of things. And for instance, everybody knows and loves Duke Ellington, often considered by many the greatest American composer, not just jazz composer, but composer. And we'll be doing some songs that everybody knows well, like Don't Get Around Much Anymore. That's one. And then, let me see, I'm Beginning to See the Light. That's another popular one. Then there's a little-known one that we really love called Just a Sittin' and a Rockin'. People don't know that one so well, but it's just absolutely adorable.
Wow.
And then we're going back and doing some Fat Swallow. Everybody knows Ain't Misbehavin'. We're going to throw that in there. We have a lot of blues numbers. I'm going to actually sing a few.
Really?
And play. Yeah,
That's
sing and
fantastic.
play. I'm going to do a blues, basic blues tune. I wrote the lyrics to. And Blues Are Brewin' is a song, also little known, recorded by Billie Holiday. A beautiful song. Blues Are Brewin'. And then another odd tune I'm going to play is called An Occasional Man. It's a little later period. It's from a film. It's like from 1955. So we have a spectrum of things. I think Donna's singing something called also Don't Play That Jive on Me. It's really cute. Old blues number.
Nice.
Lil Johnson, I think, wrote it.
Well, very, very cool. So this takes place on February 17th.
Yes,
It's
this Saturday.
from 6 to 8.
And that's at the Second Stage in Amherst.
It is at Second Stage.
Do you need to register in advance or get tickets in advance?
You can go on Eventbrite and look under Belladonna.
Okay.
And or Amherst Glebe Arts Response, and you can also go onto the QR codes that I hope that you're showing, and that'll take you directly to tickets. We're also participating. AGAR is also participating in the Passport program that VCA has, Virginia Commission on the Arts, has instituted this year, which is inviting people who are involved in the WIC program, the Women, Infants, and Children program, to come for a reduced price or free. Wow. So our tickets, we keep them low. I mean, that's our whole idea, is to get people there. So our tickets are $12 for adults and $6 for students, and then those are discounted for the people in the Passport program, and these, I believe, are free.
That's great.
That's fantastic. And then you have one more event coming up in February.
I'm very excited about this. This is the first time we have been able to bring the Baltimore Consort here, and they're doing a program called The Food of Love, and it is based around themes and poems and dances and things that are found in Shakespearean plays.
Okay.
They play old instruments, and when I say old instruments, I mean 15th century, 16th century, 17th century instruments. Wow. And we've had some of them before. Mr. McFarlane, who is their lute player, he was Grammy nominated. We've had him here, I think, 4 times as a member of Earhart. and he's extremely popular, and we're looking forward to his bringing the big group for the first time. It's you can look them up on the web, or you may have some information there about them, and you can look on our website. They're a very, very well-known early music group, and they play very unusual instruments. They would be great for students to learn about. I mean, for students to come to the show. And so we hope you all will show up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's wonderful, and it's great information. We will share that. And you said this is the first time that you've had them.
This is the first time we've been able to have the larger group.
Okay.
And they're going from here to Williamsburg. I mean, they're very well known, and it was just a wonderful thing that we were able to get them this year.
That's fantastic. Megan.
Mm-hmm. Well, I just want to say we're the Greater Lynchburg Community Foundation is grateful for the effort put into these, and this is the kind of programming that our donors want to support. Music education and music arts and theater and things in our community are so important, and that's something that can be supported at the foundation.
Absolutely.
Something that's right in line with this that we're really excited about. I mentioned last week that we had an exciting announcement coming up, and just last Thursday we publicly launched the Ginger Paris LCS Strings Fund. LCS is Lynchburg City Schools Strings Fund. Ginger Paris has been teaching strings in the system for 50 years.
Wow.
And this is in honor of her contributions and her tremendous effort to make an endowment at the Greater Lynchburg Community Foundation. Essentially, we're trying to raise $100,000.
Okay. That
money goes into an investment fund, and then over every fall, in perpetuity, forever, a percentage of those dollars will pour out into the Lynchburg City Schools Education Foundation.
Wow.
And then they'll be able to use that for repairing instruments, being able to buy music stands, go on field trips, Suzuki Festival. There are so many small expenses that teachers and staff have been sort of covering for so long, and parents have just it's like a shoestring budget.
Yeah.
So we're really excited, and we're seeing tremendous response already. Like we came in after the weekend, and amazing gifts had been contributed in honor of Mrs. Paris. So we just wanted to spread that. There will be lots more to come on that, but we're really excited to promote that as of Thursday. And our deadline, or we're trying to, by the Suzuki Festival on April 21st, we're excited to try to push as hard as we can to April 21st to be able to announce what we've raised by the Suzuki Festival, which is a day where over 500 elementary and middle school violin students all play together at the Lynchburg City Stadium. It's a really beautiful thing to see, and it's something that is one of a kind. There's nothing like it in the state of Virginia.
That is wonderful. Mm-hmm. That's fantastic. Mm-hmm. Folks can learn more by visiting lynchburgfoundation.org. If they'd like to contribute,
right.
They can find the information there?
They can, absolutely. There's a whole page devoted to this fund.
That's fantastic. So what else is going on at your organization?
Well, we just have lots of deadlines coming up. The Century Fund is a $100,000 grant that we give out once a year, and the deadline for that is February 28th. We have our spring cycle of grants, which is about $800,000 to $900,000 to different nonprofits. That deadline is March 15th, and then we have lots of scholarships that are about 50 scholarship funds, and students can go through their guidance counselors to find how to apply for those specific designated scholarship funds. So it's just a big time. It's our favorite time of the year because we get to activate all these wonderful donations that have been given by donors throughout our region.
You can learn more, again, by visiting the Greater Lynchburg Community Foundation at lynchburgfoundation.org. Learn about their organization, learn about these grants and scholarships that you could apply for. If you're a nonprofit or if you're a student, just a fantastic organization serving our community. And this is yet another example. Mm-hmm. Folks, thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate you guys coming in. We really appreciate what you guys do for the community.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks, Mike.
Absolutely. It is the Mike Show. It's the Tuesday edition. Coming up, we've got your audio vault. Stay tuned.